Is the hat too much? I think the hat's too much. Yes, hello and welcome back to the channel, and we are making our way once again through the Seven Brothers 7 series, this time with depth charge. That only with the hat was just too much. It has actually cooled down a lot here today, so I can finally properly enjoy a lot of these kind of richer, boozier beers, and I guess the climates they were intended for, but yeah, hats inside, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. As you can tell, I am still in a t-shirt, so it's not that cold in here. But one day that hat may be required. That is a Seven Brothers hat, actually, if you missed the unboxing video link up there to all the stuff they sent me a while back, a load of beers and a couple of nice things, including that hat, which will get made use of over the winter months, I am sure. But today is all about the beer, and this one, as I said, is depth charge. It's 7% because it's part of the 7 series. I've said it in, I think, every video, but if you're not aware, the 7 series is a special series that Seven Brothers doing because they're 7 years old this year. 7 years, 7 brothers, 7 beers, 7%, 7 everything. It's all about 7, right? This one, I don't know anything about. It's called Depth Charge. There's some kind of sea-related things on the can, as we'll take a look at in a minute, and it looks like it's going to be raspberry themed. What is it? What are you? Ooh! It's a Raspberry Red IPA from Brother Nathan. Wow. Not had a Raspberry IPA before, so I do like trying things for the first time. Yeah, let's crack on into it. Here is a look at the can. As I said, there's some sea-based things in there. There's a submarine at the bottom there. There's a Nathan appears to be in a rowing boat of some description. There's a little squid thing holding onto a raspberry. Various other bits to take note of there. But yeah, looks interesting, doesn't it? Right. I mean, it is red. The last video I recorded was the Delirium head-to-head, including their Delirium Red. So red is the theme of the week. This is lighter red, I think it's fair to say, than that, more copper in colour. Taking a look properly at the appearance then, yeah, it has got a very red tinge to it, but it's still just harking back a little bit of that traditional IPA, I guess, blonde paleness, but there's definitely a red hue to it. The head, however, I mean, it's arguably off-white, but it's not got that pink tinge you expect with a lot of kind of fruited red beers, shall we say. Overall though, nice amount of carbonation, head looks good. Yeah, let's get on with it. Right, aromas. Undeniably an IPA and undeniably fruity. It's really straddling the mark, this one. That's not a phrase, is it? Straddling the mark. Anyway, it's definitely got both bases covered, that's for sure. On the IPA side of it, it's got that fruity juice bomb NEPA bag, sweeter tropical fruits, mango, pineapple, and then on the fruitier red berry side, they're blending in a bit, if you know what I mean. It actually smells like tropical fruit with some red berries, a bit nondescript on the red berry front though, it has to be said. But it does smell appealing. There's undeniably red berry fruit in there, it's just being a bit overwhelmed by the IPA front. Right, let's get into it. Cheers. Ooh, wow, that's different again. Every time I start to think that I've kind of dialed into what makes Seven Brothers Seven Brothers, they go and throw another big spanner in the works, and that is sweet, it's got bitterness, it's got real hop depth, and it's really refreshing, and it masks the fact that it's 7% unbelievably. And the mouthfeel, that you can probably tell from that, is silky, silky smooth. Right then, top to bottom taste test. Initially, very sweet initially actually. Slightly fruited, but very sweet. A little bit of carbonation on the front of the tongue, but nothing too crazy. And then, second phase, bitterness really kicks in. There's not a lot else that matures. It goes very sweet and very bitter, helps round it all out. But no big flavours still at that point. It's on the swallow. You get that traditional IPA NEPA crash of flavour, if you like. It all just explodes. Gets very juicy. The individual tastes though, so you get a bit of berry right at the front, and then on that crash you get a load more juicy berry notes, but then it starts to mature and rounds off into slightly more tropical styles. But to be honest, the more I'm drinking of this, the less dominant they are, and the berries really coming through. It's now much more obvious. Red currant jam, strawberries, raspberries, maybe not strawberries actually, but certainly that juicy, sweet raspberry taste definitely in there. And it leaves you with a mixture of both sweet and bitterness like you would get out of a selection of red berries. That is, yeah, that is absolutely delicious. Right, let's take a look at the can. So, Seven Brothers 7 Series Depth Charge, 7% ABV, 440ml can. It says, we're 7 this year, which is a special one for us, so we've decided to launch a series of 7 beers, 7 brothers, 7 years, 7 beers, 7 unique ideas, all at 7%. As I said, 7 is the theme of the day. This is from brother Nathan. It's a Raspberry Red IPA, 7%, 440ml again. Allergens are malted wheat, lactose and wheat gluten. Best before sea base. April next year, so plenty of time yet. It says a hoppy, bold RIPA, not a RIPA, not a phrase you often see, but red IPA, charged with raspberry and lactose. Ah, well, I didn't pick it out in the flavour, but that body was immense, so I'm not surprised. Leading to a raspberry ripple explosion. Yeah, raspberry ripple. There's not a ton of vanilla in there, which is normally what I'd associate with the raspberry ripple, but it's got that sweet, nicely balanced thing going on. So yeah, absolutely. Normal drink responsibly stuff. 3.08 UK units in this can because it is 7%. And just Seven Brothers. Seven Brothers obviously always spelt with a 7 in place of the T if you want to go and find them on their website, socials, etc. Yeah, really, really excellent. I feel like this might be quite a short review, but I'm just enjoying it. It's what it wants to be. This feels like one of those beers that has turned out exactly how they wanted it to, if you know what I mean. The description is there, it's fair, it's up front, it's in the name, it's, I don't know, it's still undeniably beer, but it has nice sweetness, big fruity hit, mass that ABV like you wouldn't believe. Yeah, really, really well executed. Right, while I've been blabbing on for a minute, has this changed at all? That IPA traditional tropical fruit note has really diminished. It barely exists at all now. That might be a feature of opening the can, but I don't think that should be the takeaway of the beer itself. And given what was happening the last time I sipped it, I suspect the same will be true there as well. Yeah. This is turning into just raspberries. Just raspberries. I mean, you're losing a lot of even the other berries now. There was a bit mixed berry bag before, mixed in with the IPA kind of hop fruit, but no, now as this is opened up to the air, the raspberry is becoming well and truly the dominant feature, which it wasn't before. And I say initially it was an absolute mixed bag, but right now that's just raspberry heaven. And I think we'll leave it there. So apologies for a slightly shorter video, but there's nothing else you need to know about this. It is an absolute delight. Thank you very much, Seven Brothers, as always. Always a pleasure, honestly. And that is that really. So as always, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it if you haven't already subscribed, if you will be so kind, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.